Oh my god, is that Hercules from the Disney original movie Hercules? That's broken.
What up, guys? We are out here, Grimes, Canoyer. We are going to redo some displays. Grimes, Canoyer. Here we go. We recently redid that one, I think last year, a year or two ago, I don't know. Ask me next week what kind of mood I'm in, that one might come out. This guy though, believe it or not, Chris and I built this one 7 years ago. We're having some maintenance troubles with this guy. We used this moss rock, this Arkansas moss rock here, and actually this one here is sandstone. So you can see that this rock used to be like way bigger and actually used to come all the way out into here and shoulder this waterfall. I mean, all moss rock is sort of a sandstone, but that one's super brittle. The maintenance trouble we're having with it is it's eroded so much in the, I don't know, 6-7 years it's been here, whatever it is. This is our pump vault hiding right there, that all this sand is just going straight down in there, and it's, you know, causing pump problems. The basin's constantly clogging, doing all of that. So we are going to give it a small little facelift today, or start the facelift today. We're going to keep it as moss rock, part of it, because moss rock's pretty cool. We want to showcase this so, you know, you guys get to see the options for materials. But then also, like, that rock is really big and I can't get it out. So what we're going to do is, we've got a lot of plants and stuff that we're going to pop out, take care of, do that kind of stuff, get back up in here. We're going to maintain this berm, this wall, all of that, so it's going to be pretty nice there. We don't have to do all of the prep work. It's really just a demo, get all this gravel out, get all this mulch out, clean out this basin really good, and then start popping these rocks. So once we get those kind of popped out, we will be able to, you know, re-excavate and re-dig everything and start over. Hey, bro, your blades suck. You have to go like this. Oh.
it's hey, you're gonna have better luck if you go from underneath.
Very good.
Take two. Take three.
Okay, so we've got the majority of everything demoed now. We got our plants out of the way, rocks, gravel, blah, blah, blah. So I kind of mentioned before that this big rock, our shoulder, kind of that, we're going to call it keystone, centerpiece, whatever, big ass rock, that's what we're going to call it, the BAR. So this BAR is in the way, but we can't really do anything about it, because when we originally built this, we were at our strongest point on the berm, blah, 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 machine capacity, that rock exceeds it. Well, now we definitely aren't going to be able to get to it, because that's a, you know, a very nice patio that we can't get down to, in our basin and that stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave it, and so you can see here, this is the streamliner, and then this part down here is actually our basin liner. So what we have to do is get all this stuff off of it, and then we're gonna cut chunks of this streamliner out, and we're just gonna dig out to get to our flop so we can reflop. So here is that basin liner. So it kind of comes up. That's how we are able to do this without having to seam, is we just make that initial waterfall about 8 inches above the blocks. So as water, if it pools up in the basin, it can't come out over this. So that's what we're doing now, is we're gonna finish cutting this stuff out, getting away our rock, move the BAR, or not move the BAR, but work around it and dig out from underneath of it. Then we'll slide that new liner in, fold it all over, backfill up against it, so then that's locked in, our flop is done, and then we'll re-excavate kind of everything back in here and rebuild. Okay, walk us through what we're doing.
All right, so right now, let me set this down. Right now, the next rock that we're wanting to set is a lot deeper than we'd like it to be. So because of that, we're gonna have to dig it down. That's what this big old hole is right here. So that way, when we get it dug down, top of the rock will probably line up right about here, shoulder up on this rock. We'll get a cool waterfall. We're gonna turn it into a split stream because the rock's long enough, has a cool little nub on it that we'll be able to shoulder another waterfall pointing back towards the building, or as you can see, it's all glass, so it's gonna be pretty easy to see the waterfall from there. That's that.
All right, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna try to get on screen here, is this is our cool rock that's just way too cool. Like, I'm trying to refuse, I'm being stubborn. It's got beautiful texture, beautiful color, and all that. We've got this part that we were cutting like it was a loaf of bread yesterday with our Sawzall. But what we found in doing that is there's actually right about in here, roughly, I stopped getting all the super sandy stuff. So I'm gonna try and cut all this off, see if it's worth saving. It's just a super cool rock that I don't want to just put in a landscape bed. So I brought the big saw, and now we're going to do big boy things with big boy tools. I'm gonna pretend I'm a big boy today. All right, next step in our day. Brady's out here laying pipe. What are we doing, Brady?
Putting a coupler on this 3-inch to connect the other 3-inch.
Yeah, so this was the existing line. We just cut it here. So now we're just gonna put that bad boy right there. So Brady's cleaning it, getting all that old stuff off. We'll drop that. There's his pipe. Good morning, good morning. We are, boom, still here. We're gonna call this day 2. Yesterday was technically day 2, but we didn't get a full day. We had some emergency leak stuff we had to take care of, so we got a partial day out here. We are making good progress. Brady is here. We've dubbed him our, ew, look at that gross shadow. He's coming in and he's gonna finish behind Clay and I as we're setting rock. So right now, what he's doing, he's foaming up our void. So you can see he's got pieces of liner in there on top of a bed of gravel. Maybe you can see it, not yet, Aiden. So what that does is that makes it so over time, when this foam goes bad, we don't have to completely rely on the foam. Foam goes bad every few years. and we have to refoam things, kind of part of our spring cleanout process. So he's doing that, and that liner's not going to go bad. We use fabric as well. Fabric will also clog with all the dirt and dust and everything else, so it'll make that kind of more impermeable. So again, it's not like a major, you know, removing a bunch of gravel and cobbles, that kind of stuff, to refoam. So that's what he's working on. He's going to do that. He's going to jump in behind us. He's going to work on some more layering technique up in this section over in here. You can see we've got one rock down in here for layering. What that does is, you can't see, but that rock in there, what that does is that kind of hides that joint there, gives it so when we get water to come over, it splashes, adds a different effect for our water, creates more texture, more depth, part of that natural look we're going for. All right, tell me what we're doing, Perry.
We are at Canoyer Grimes right now.
Bam!
Yeah.
Still.
We are basically just giving this feature a facelift. It's about time.
All right, like Perry said, we like to update our displays fairly frequently because mainly our skills get better. You know, we stick around all winter, we practice, we have sandbox, we have curriculum training stuff that we do, so we're constantly honing our craft. So even though this feature is only 2 years old, we've gotten better in the last 2 years. So that's what we want to keep showing off and showcasing. These smaller pondless waterfalls like this one here at Canoyer and Grimes, the one at created in Johnston, these are pretty easy for us to just transition in and out. These are exactly kind of what we practice in the winter. So this is a great way for us to just keep going with that. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna remove this one more than we already have, and we're just gonna kind of bump this over. We're gonna make this land bridge smaller, but we're just gonna try and keep it away from that, and we're just gonna kind of funk it up. We're gonna use this space a little bit differently than what we did before.